if you're already mining Bitcoins, why did you just purchase more Bitcoins?
So not only do we mine Bitcoin, but we mine things like KASPA. And if you think about 1 kilowatt hour of energy results in about 8 cents of Bitcoin revenues, and 1 kilowatt hour of energy results in about $1 of KASPA.
Hello everyone, welcome again to the channel. Thank you so much for watching my videos and welcome in today's episode. Now before we head, don't forget to hit the like, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, and let's get into this video. Alt season is coming. Whether you like it or whether you believe it or not, alt season is about to happen. So we're going to start with this post from Coinbase Institutional. So this is a post that I'm just going to reference. Coinbase have not yet listed KASPA, and they know exactly that alt season is coming. I think they have their plan for KASPA. They have their plan on when to list KASPA. As Wolfie said, everything is set. It's about their timing. And if they believe that alt season is coming soon, what makes you think that they are not planning to list KASPA? So this video is not about talking about Coinbase and KASPA listing. This is just to show you that they know exactly that the alt season that everyone has been waiting for. I believe most of the people have given up. Most of the people have sold. Some people don't even want to hear about crypto because of what has been happening in the previous months. People expected that 2025 is going to be full of green candles, but what actually happened was the opposite. And this is a good thing because people's convictions were tested. The people were tested and a lot of people have given up. Even the people that you think might not have given up, I believe a lot of people lost the energy, they lost faith in most of the projects. I can see it in the comments sometimes, I can see it in the community sometimes. The difference between KASPA and other projects is that despite the fact that KASPA is not performing well in terms of price, people are not giving up on KASPA. Some people do, but a lot of the community still hold strong and they believe that and it's going to become successful. So Coinbase, let's not say a lot about Coinbase. Coinbase haven't listed KASPA, but they are going to list KASPA. It is obvious. How can you not list KASPA? And once the KASPA fire starts to catch up, I think everyone will want KASPA. Everyone will want to talk about KASPA. Those who have not listed KASPA will make sure that they list KASPA because it is in high demand. Now let's read this tweet carefully because we know exactly that these big institutions always hide the good information in the small details. You might read this post and say this is just another post, but they are actually hinting at something. And they know exactly that most people don't want to listen to this post. They want to see what is being listed next. They want to see who bought a lot more Bitcoin today. They want to see how much Bitcoin Michael Saylor bought today. But once they post stuff like this, most of the people don't pay attention. They think it's just another story about the alt season. So they said as September approaches, the transition to a full-scale altcoin season is likely. Our positive 3Q25 outlook stems from macro trends such as the potential Fed rate cuts and expected regulatory advancements. More key themes in this monthly outlook report. They talked about the potential Fed rate cuts and expected regulatory advancements. So when you talk about the Fed, they have been pressured a lot by Donald Trump. And I believe once they start coming around, once they start cutting those rates, it's going to be very, very crazy because they've been behind. Everybody knows that the Fed are far, far behind. They claim that inflation is transitory and everything, but they know exactly, and Trump knows exactly, whether you agree with him, whether you don't agree with him. Other central banks have been cutting rates, but the Fed have just decided to keep the rates the same. Once they start to cut rates, that's going to fuel this altcoin season. We also have regulatory clarity that is happening because we know that Donald Trump wants to put all the environment for crypto to prosper as long as he has the power, because there's no guarantees that he's going to win, or there's no guarantees that whoever comes next is going to be supportive of crypto. So they want to put all the regulations, all the key factors in place. They want to put everything in real good place. So they want to put everything perfect so that crypto can be set up to become very, very successful. And that is really good for this bull run. This is good for the crypto markets in general, and it's good for technology and innovation. So this is what I see. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. Now, speaking about altcoin season, most of the people, when you talk about KASPA reaching $10, reaching $20, people are so scared to hear those price predictions. And I just don't want to throw them out there because I know how they affect people's psychology and they affect people's expectations. Some people want just KASPA to hit $1. Some people want KASPA to just hit 5 cents. Some people are good KASPA doing a 3, 4, 5x. But some people are going to hold KASPA for the long term. They're going to hold it until when it reaches, until I don't know what kind of price they have in their mind. So it depends on when you want to sell KASPA. It depends on how long you want to sell KASPA. How do you want to use KASPA? It's not about holding it. And some people just want to hold it. Some people want to use it. It is all okay. And there's no wrong way on how to use KASPA. It is your KASPA. You bought your KASPA. You are in charge of whatever you want to do with it. Either hold it, use it. That's your choice. But let's see what happened in the previous bull runs. I just give 2 examples, and I'll compare these examples to KASPA. So these 2 examples are proof of work cryptocurrencies, and you can see exactly how they performed in the previous bull markets. So these cryptocurrencies are Monero and Litecoin. I just wanted to put Bitcoin here, but Bitcoin is the obvious one because Bitcoin has been going up and up and up. So I'll just use 2 examples from these proof of work cryptocurrencies that at some point in time during the altcoin season, during the bull market, they surprised a lot of people. And remember, this is the first bull run for KASPA. So when you look at, this is Litecoin. When you look at Monero, back in 2016, Monero was at a price of 0.4. I believe this is the same price as what KASPA is right now. KASPA is at 0.08, fluctuating. It goes to 0.1, sometimes it goes to 0.9. It hasn't really managed to break out and stay above 0.1 for a long period of time, but that's not the problem. But that's a good thing because you have more opportunities to buy more KASPA before the train takes off. So Monero went from 0.4 back in 2016, but when the bull run started, look at the price, how it was going up. $29, $90, and it went all the way to $470 at the top of the bull run. Just imagine, from 0.4 to $470. And it did not do that on one single bull run. It also did this back in 2021. The bull run, that's why they call it a bull run. It is a period when people are going to inject a lot of liquidity, a lot of volume in the crypto markets. Now, when you look at other industries, where do you think a lot of money is going to come? Where do you think, if the Fed cuts interest rates, where do you think all the money is going to go? Right now, even the big institutions are putting money into Bitcoin because they believe in Bitcoin. Right now, even the big institutions that mocked Bitcoin back in the days are allocating a lot of their portfolios, a lot of their money into Bitcoin. And once this money starts to rotate, I don't think they are going to go for centralized cryptocurrencies or cryptocurrencies that have no future, have no use case, and have no solid fundamentals. As Jonathan Sopoliski said, it takes just this gut check for these institutions to really accept a certain cryptocurrency. And KASPA is one of the cryptocurrencies that is going to attract a lot of money that is going to be rotating from Bitcoin and from Ethereum. So many people have put their money into Bitcoin right now. Now they're starting to put money into Ethereum. So what do you think they're going to invest in once they start to take profits? I believe that they know exactly that Bitcoin cannot do, let's say, 40, 30, 50x this bull run. At maximum, it's going to do a 10x. That's going to be the best situation for Bitcoin. But when you look at cryptocurrencies like KASPA, it's just 2.3 billion in market cap. How far do you think this KASPA can go? And considering the fact that this is the first bull run for KASPA, and look at this report here. Altcoin season is coming. As September approaches, the transition to full-scale altcoin season is likely. And there is only a few cryptocurrencies that big institutions have their eyes on, and one of them is KASPA. And the proof is that Marathon Digital is mining KASPA. That's something that you really have to think about. Like, what made Marathon Digital mine only Bitcoin and KASPA? They did not mine Monero, they did not mine Litecoin, they did not mine Dogecoin or anything. They decided to mine KASPA. Why do you think they decided to mine KASPA? And let me remind you, the tables that Marathon Digital can sit, the places that Marathon Digital can reach. And I believe anywhere that Marathon Digital can reach when it is presenting Bitcoin to investors, I believe it also brings KASPA to the table. It also brings KASPA to the conversation. Because we saw the report of Marathon Digital portfolio, their holdings, they still hold KASPA. They haven't sold KASPA. Of course, they mine and sell and buy Bitcoin, but they understand at some point they'll have to rotate their profit. And where do you think they're going to put their money? They mine Bitcoin and they claim to mine KASPA in order to get more Bitcoin. The answer is obvious because they only have two cryptocurrencies on their portfolio. One does good, and after it does good, they have to rotate the money. They have to put money into KASPA. It's just simple and obvious. And I believe other big investors are going to be looking up to want to follow the same steps that Marathon Digital is doing. So they'll have to copy what Marathon Digital is doing because Marathon is really successful. And once you become successful, everybody wants to know exactly how you became successful. And once they see that, okay, Marathon Digital has become successful because of mining Bitcoin, but they also mine KASPA, and they still hold KASPA. Bitcoin has reached the top. Where do we put our money? Let's look at what Marathon Digital is doing. They also mine KASPA. They also own KASPA. So the answer is obvious. Once you have one big player, they attract another big player. Another big player comes in, and then it becomes the domino effect. And after that, you're going to see KASPA at insane levels. If Monero went from 0.4 US dollars to 470 something dollars, I don't see why KASPA can't reach the price predictions that most people call crazy. It's going to happen, and whether you like it or not, the good thing is that whether you like it or not, it's going to happen. If it would have been that if you don't like it, it won't happen, that would have been a very big problem. But the good thing is that whether you believe in KASPA, whether you don't, it's really going to get there. And because it has a strong community, it has the strong fundamentals, the technology is one of the best, if not the best. Because if I say one of the best, I might be wrong because KASPA is the best. And sometimes even calling KASPA an altcoin is really scary because it doesn't fit into that altcoin category. It fits just next to Bitcoin, the standard of crypto. That's what it provides. Bitcoin laid out the foundations, and KASPA is laying out what a good crypto should be. Even Bitcoin has to take notes from KASPA, because KASPA has proven to everyone that you can be decentralized, you can be secure, at the same time you can scale without compromising any of these three factors. So this post from Catherine says, if KAS breaks 30 billion market cap, you can bet it will hit 300 billion market cap. So this was a quote from Vijay, the Alpha Caspian. So Vijay is one of the people that has been very, very vocal about KASPA, and he was once a Bitcoiner. He didn't want to listen about anything concerning KASPA. He believed that KASPA was just another altcoin trying to claim that they are the next Bitcoin. But once he took a look into KASPA, he's already an Alpha Caspian. So what is preventing you from being an ultimate, very strong and powerful Caspian? So it's up to you. The people that understand what KASPA can do, they are not scared. They don't worry about the short-term fad, anything that is happening in the community. They know exactly that everything is going to pass. There are some people that sold KASPA because of the KASPA X account debates. I wouldn't say debates. It was like some arguments that had to take place. Some people sold because they didn't want to see those arguments, and they believed that those arguments were going to destroy KASPA. But in fact, they made KASPA really strong. You can see the community is now like joining together to push the word about KASPA to as many people as they can. And we are getting there because we are getting more Bitcoiners, not only Bitcoiners, even other people from other blockchains are now interested in coming to the KASPA ecosystem. So that was one change, but other people saw it as a downfall for KASPA, and they decided to sell. Other people are seeing the price right now and saying that it has been 2 years, KASPA hasn't done anything. I bought at, let's say, 0.15, and I don't see any signs of KASPA pumping, so I'm going to sell and jump into a project that is currently on the hype. And that's how you exactly get wrecked. That's how you exactly become poor, because you're making emotional decisions. You're basing your decisions on what is trending. Once it's time for KASPA to pump, you won't be there. The only thing you can do is stick to your guns, like stick to your conviction. I'm not a financial advisor, and anything I say is just my opinion. So you can decide to sell, you can decide to buy, because you are free to do anything that you want with the money that you earn. You work for this money, it is your money, and you are entitled to make any type of decision, whether to invest in KASPA or invest in other projects. But I'm giving you the real information. I'm giving you the real truth here, and there's nothing to hide. You can go and do your own research, and you're going to find out that KASPA is the best. So let me know what you think in the comments down below. If you like this video, don't forget to hit the like, don't forget to hit the notification bell, so that when I upload these videos, you become the first person to get informed. Thank you so much for watching, and see you in the next episode.